I accidentally left my phone recording during my wife's girls' night at our house. What I heard changed everything when Melissa said she wanted to host her monthly girls' night at our place. I was supportive as always. After 5 years of marriage, these evenings had become routine. I'd make myself scarce, usually heading to my brother's to watch whatever game was on, returning late after her friends had gone home. "You are sure you don't mind?" she asked, arranging wine glasses on the coffee table. "I know it's your day off too." "Not at all," I said, kissing her forehead. "Have fun catching up." That night, I grabbed my keys, wallet, and jacket, but in my hurry left my phone on the kitchen counter. I realized my mistake halfway to my brother's place, but decided against turning back. They'd already be deep into their second glass of wine, and walking in would disrupt their flow. I'd survive a few hours unplugged when I returned home just after midnight. The house was quiet. Wine bottles, empty glasses, and dessert plates littered the living room. Melissa was already asleep, her makeup, half-removed clothes dropped haphazardly on the bathroom floor in that way that normally annoyed me but tonight just made me smile. I found my phone where I'd left it but froze when I saw the screen. Voice recording. 3 hours, 42 minutes. I must have accidentally triggered it when setting it down. My thumb hovered over the delete button. I shouldn't listen. These gatherings were their private space to vent, gossip, and be unfiltered versions of themselves, but something stopped me, maybe the unusual tension in Melissa's shoulders lately or how she'd been checking my work schedule more frequently. I pressed play, skipping ahead an hour when I heard unfamiliar voices, probably her new coworkers I hadn't met yet. "Can't believe you haven't told him yet," an unfamiliar voice said. "I will," Melissa responded, her voice slightly slurred, just waiting for the right moment. "It's been 3 months. Another friend sounded like Jen chimed in. "The longer you wait, the worse it'll be." "I know that," my wife snapped, "but it's complicated." My stomach tightened. 3 months of what my mind raced to the worst possibilities. "He deserves to know," Jen insisted. "Especially before you." "Before I what?" Melissa challenged. "Before I throw away 5 years of marriage, before I uproot his entire life. You think I don't know that?" I fast forwarded again, heart pounding, stopping randomly. "Would even want that? We've never talked about it seriously," Melissa was saying. "Because you've been avoiding it," another voice said gently. "Mark deserves a chance to decide for himself." My name. "They were talking about me." "The transfer is final," Melissa sighed. "Seattle, executive position, everything I've worked for." Seattle. Melissa had mentioned a possible promotion, but nothing about relocation. "We built our life here, my contracting business, her family nearby, the house we'd spent 3 years renovating." I skipped ahead again, being looking at fertility specialists there, Melissa was saying, her voice quieter now. "If I take this job, we'd finally be able to afford the treatments. But I can't ask him to give up everything he's built here just because my body won't do the one thing it's supposed to." I stopped the recording, a different kind of shock washing over me. We'd tried for a baby our first 2 years of marriage before mutually agreeing to see what happens. I thought we'd made peace with our childless life. I had no idea she was still carrying that pain. Researching options, blaming herself, no idea she'd been offered her dream job and was considering turning it down because of me. I deleted the recording and plugged in my phone. Then I opened my laptop and began researching contracting licenses in Washington state. The next morning I made her favorite breakfast, blueberry pancakes with real maple syrup. When she stumbled in, hair messy and eyes still puffy from sleep, I slid a cup of coffee across the counter. "Seattle, huh?" I said softly. Her eyes widened. "How did you?" "Doesn't matter," I interrupted. "What matters is why you didn't tell me." Tears filled her eyes. "I didn't want to force you to choose." I took her hands in mine. "You're not forcing anything. We're deciding together like we always have. Sometimes the most important conversations happen when we finally hear what isn't being said."